I have a particular passion for neurological conditions and lived experience of neurological conditions.
Welcome, Emma. How are you?
Thank you, very well.
Thank you for sharing your time and coming here today. Could you talk about a bit more about your background and then what you've been doing with epilepsy?
Certainly. So I have been working in the charity world for over 20 years, showing my age. I believe in a fair go for people with epilepsy, and epilepsy is a condition that is stigmatised and misunderstood. And Epilepsy WA are trying to change that. So I'm very proud to be the CEO of Epilepsy WA and have been for 8 years now.
Could you share your backdrop from what were you doing in the last 20 years of work experience?
Yes. Well, when I first started work, I actually worked in the electrical world at a distributor for extension leads, and I was actually doing really well. We were selling extension leads to the equivalent of Bunnings, so really big contracts. And this was in the UK, and I just found it really dissatisfying. I wanted to put my energy and time into something that does good, as corny as that sounds. So I started working in the not-for-profit world, and I've worked in the not-for-profit world ever since. I have a particular passion for neurological conditions and lived experience of neurological conditions, and I used to work at Epilepsy Queensland. So when I secured what was my dream job at Epilepsy WA as their CEO, it felt very natural. It's a condition that had touched my family, and it's a condition that needs to come out of the shadows and people need to speak about.
Could you, before we go into the side of epilepsy, but could you share growing up, how has your purpose evolved, and then could you share what's your purpose?
So I'm the youngest of 6 girls. From a very young age, I was always surrounded by people who'd been impacted by neurological conditions. So, for example, my sister Bern, who actually went on to get her master's degree, she was hit by a car on a bicycle, and she acquired a brain injury when I was just a baby. And through my childhood, various people came into our lives who had acquired brain injuries. So I naturally, I think, developed an empathy and an understanding of how difficult it is for people who are struggling with neurological challenges.